Chapter 2. Rights. Topics. Rights. Fundamental. Meaning of fundamental rights. Fundamental rights are an essential and inseparable part of any civilized society and important for the development of personality of an individual. The fundamental rights are guaranteed by the constitutional law of the country. The fundamental rights are as follows. 1. Right to equality. 2. Right to freedom. 3. Right against exploitation. G. Right to freedom of religion. 5. Right to cultural and education. 6. Right to constitutional remedies. Brilliant. 1. Right to equality, Article 14 to 18. 14. Equality before law. 15. Prohibition of discrimination. 16. Equal opportunity in public employment. 17. Abolition of untouchability. 18. Abolition of titles. Article 14. Zalat 20+. Article 15. Article 16. Law applied to all. Religion, race, equal opportunity in all. Caste, place of. Government employment. Article 17. X/slats in society X birth, gender rich or. Right to freedom of speech and expression. Right to assemble peaceably and without arms. Right to form association on unions cooperative societies. Right to more freely throughout the territory of India. Right to reside and settle in any part of India. Right to practice any occupation, trade, business. 20. Protection in respect of conviction for offenses. 21. Protection of life and personal liberty. 21a. Right to education. 22. Protection against arrest and detention. Article -20. No one can be convicted for an act that was not an offense at the time of its commission, and no one can be given punishment greater than what was provided in the law. Article 21a. Article -22. Education is the 1. Safeguards for 131. Right against exploitation, Article 23 to 24. 23. Prohibition of human trafficking and forced labor. 24. Prohibition of child labor. Article 23. Transporting people to other places for their benefit of work. Article 24a. DVA. Below 18 students should not work in public. Right to freedom of religion 25 to 28. 25. Freedom of conscience, profession, practice, and propagation. 26. Freedom to manage religious affairs. 27. Freedom from taxation for promotion of a religion. 28. Freedom from attending religious instruction. Article 26. Article 27. Right to manage in the. Right to cultural and educational 29 to 30. 29. Protection of interests of minorities. 30. Right of minorities to establish and administer educational institutions. 16. Right to constitutional remedies 32 to 35. 32. Direct. Habeas corpus, release a person detained unlawfully. Mandamus, public authority to do its duty. Quo warranto, person to vacate an office assumed wrongfully. Prohibition prohibit the lower court from taking on a case. 33 empowers the Parliament to modify the fundamental rights for members of armed forces, police forces, etc. 34 provides restrictions on fundamental rights, while military role is in force. 35 empowers the Parliament to make laws fundamental rights. On fundamental duty. Fundamental duties in India, Article 51A 42 Amendment Act of 1976 added 10 fundamental duties to the Indian Constitution. 86th Amendment Act 2002 Loader Odd fundamental duty to the list. Meaning of fundamental duties. The fundamental duties are defined as the moral obligations of all citizens to promote a spirit of unity of India. The fundamental duties are as follows. 1. To abide by the Constitution and respect the national flag and national anthem. 2. Follow the noble ideals that inspired the national struggle for freedom. 3. To protect the authority, unity and integrity of India. 4. To protect the country and render national service when called upon to do so. 5. To promote harmony and common spirit amongst all the people of India. 6. To value and maintain the rich heritage of the country's composite cultures. 7. To protect and improve the natural environment, which includes forests, lakes and rivers and wildlife. 8. To develop scientific temper, humanism reform. 9. To safeguard public property. 10. To strive towards excellence in areas of individual. To provide opportunities for education to his child, ward between the age of 6 years to 14 years. This duty was added by the 86th Constitutional Amendment Act, 2002. Directive Principles of State DPSP. Meaning of DPSP. DPSP are an instrument of instructions which are enumerated in the GOI Act, 1935. DASP seek to establish economic and social democracy in the country. Meaning of socialistic principles. Socialistic principles are the principles that aim at providing social and economic justice and set the path towards the welfare state. Under various articles, they direct the state to. Meaning of Gandhian principles. Gandhian principles are based on Gandhian ideology used to represent the Reconstruction speech by Gandhi during the national movement. Under various articles, they direct the state to. Meaning of liberal intellectual principles. Liberal intellectual principles reflect the ideology of liberalism. Under various articles, they direct the state to. DPSP socialistic principles in Article 38. Promote the welfare of the people by securing a social order equals and to minimize inequalities in income, status, opportunities. Secure citizens. Article 39. Right to adequate means of livelihood for all citizens. Equal distribution of material resources. Equal pay for equal work for men and women. Opportunities for the healthy development of children. Article. Promote equal justice and free legal help to the poor. 39A. Article in case of unemployment, old age, sickness, 41. Secure citizens. Right to work. Right to education. Right to public assistance. Article 42. Make provisions for having conditions of work and maternity relief. Article. Secure a living wage, a decent standard of living for all workers. 43. Article 43A. Take steps to secure the participation of workers in the management of industries. Article 47. Raise the level of nutrition and the standard of living of people and to improve health. Brilliant. DPSP Guardian Principles. Article 40. To organize village panchayats and provide them with necessary powers and authority. I. Article 43. Promote cottage industries on an individual of cooperation basis in rural areas. Article 438. Promote voluntary formation, autonomous functioning, democratic control, and professional mode of cooperative societies. Article 46. Promote and protect the educational and economic interests of SCS, STs and other weaker sections of the society. Article 47. Prohibit the consumption of intoxicating drinks and drugs which are injurious to health. Article 48. Prohibit the kill of cows, other milch and to improve their breeds. Calves. 18. DPSP Liberal Intellectual Principles. Article 44. Secure for all citizens throughout the country. Uniform Civil Code. Article 45. Provide early childhood care and education for all children until they complete the age of 6 years. Note: 86th Amendment Act of 2002 charged the subject matter of this article. 48. Article Organize agriculture and animal husbandry on modern and scientific lines. Article Protect monuments, places and objects, which are declared to be of national importance. 49. Article 50. Separate the judiciary from the executive in the public services of the state. Article Promote international peace and security and maintain honorable relations between nations. 51. Difference B.W. Fundamental Rights and Directive Principles of State Policy, OPSP. 1. Fundamental rights constitute limitations upon state action. Directive principles are instruments of instructions to the Gov of Day to perform certain functions and to achieve goals. 2. Fundamental rights are justiciable, but directive principles are non-justiciable. 3. Directive principles 1 Sostraset require to be implemented by a law of Parliament on state legislature. But fundamental rights are available to the citizens directly contained in the Constitution. 4. Fundamental rights are negative in nature as they impose restrictions on the government. But directive principles are positive in nature as they require the state to strive and achieve goal. 5. The main objective of fundamental rights is to establish political democracy by guaranteeing equality. But directive principles' objective is economic democracy.